So here are some examples of multiplying decimals. What you're going to do first is you're going to multiply your numbers as if they were whole numbers. So we're just going to ignore those decimal points for now. Okay, so let's set it up like this. We would have a 5, right? 0.5 and a 1, 2. And we'll just multiply, right? Just like you're used to doing. You'll have 5 times 2 is what? 10. Put your 0, we'll carry a 1, right? 5 times 1 is what? 5, but then we add this extra 1, so we'll have 60. So the next step is to add up the number of decimal places in the numbers we're multiplying. So let's go back to these original numbers, right? You can see that in our first factor, we have 1 decimal place, and then in our second factor, we also have 1 decimal place. So 2 decimal places will be in the final answer. So we'll go 1, 2. Here's where it'll end up. All right, and we're going to have leading zeros, right? But when we give our final answers, especially when you're documenting answers in paperwork, we're not going to include the trailing zeros, right? So our answer would probably be documented as 0.6. Okay, so here is another example. We have 1.2 times 3.15. So notice everything's kind of lined up along this right-hand side. Times, right, underline it. So we're starting with our 2 now. 2 times 5 is 10. So 1's place, right? So I'm going to put the 1's place of the 10, but I'm going to carry this other one. 2 times 1, right? 2 times 1 is 2. We have to add in that 1 that we had to carry. So we'll have 3. 2 times 3 is 6. All right, and that is called a partial product, right? So we have to move on now to our 1. Down here in the row where we're going to put those products, we're going to have to indent to the right. We'll put a placekeeper 0, right? And then we'll begin. 1 times 5, right? 1 times 5 is 5. So notice I'm indenting. I'm going to start in this next place because I'm multiplying in the 10's place, right, with the 1. So that's going to all line up. So now we have 1 times 1, which is 1. And 1 times 3 is 3. So I am now going to add all these partial products up, right? 0, 0. Keep the zeros like this until you have placed your decimals. So it's important that you use those and keep them. All right, 5 plus 3 is 8, 6 plus 1 is 7, 3 just gets carried down. Now we need to add up the decimal places. Let's put our decimals in. We have 1.2, right, and 3.15. There are 3 decimal places that we'll put in our final product. So we'll start here and we'll go 1, 2, 3. That is where your decimal point will go. So our answer here will be 3.78. No trailing zeros, right? There you go. Let's have another example. This time we have 4.15 times 2.05. Let's set this up in a vertical format, okay? We'll have 4.15, right, over the 2.05. Notice everything's lined up to the right. All right, let's go for it. Now we're going to start with the first multiplier of 5, right? And we'll go to each step just like we did before. So step by step, we're going to ignore the decimals for now. 5 times 5 is 25, right? So we'll put our 5 here. We're going to carry that 2 over to this 10's place. So now 5 times 5, add 2, and you'll get 7. And now 5 times 4 is 20. All right, so the next multiplier is 0. And remember that we do have to indent, right? Look, I'm just going to use my little blue for the placekeeper 0. And so now 0 times 5 is 0. Easy enough, right? 0 times 1 is 0. 0 times 4 is 0. Okay, so keep your row of zeros. It's going to make a difference. Let's go ahead and put my little placekeeper for the one I already have, right? That's this guy. And then now we have to indent again for the third time. Okay, because now our multiplier is the 2. Start with 2 times 5. Now 2 times 5 is 10. Put your 0 for your 10, right? And we're going to carry that one. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1, 3, right? 2 times 4 is 8. And we'll start here with this first row, 5 plus 0 is 5. Add up 7 zeros. I got 7. Okay. And zeros. 2 plus 3 is 5. Bring that 8 down. You want to keep in mind that your answer should have the same number of decimal places as or in both of the numbers that you're multiplying. So here we have 2, right? Decimal places. And in the second one, we also have 2. So our final answer will have a total of 4 decimal places. So we'll start here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so our final answer is going to be 8.5075. Okay, so if you have any questions, let me know. Keep practicing.